Hi, I'm Tony Spruce, and today we're gonna finally finish the community center. In other words, do the interior. As so far we only have furnished the entrance hall, and if you wanna know more about what you're seeing right here, I will link the respective video in the end cards. But in between episodes I was already busy digging out the basement, so we can jump directly to the fun part. In said video we also put down those signs which give us a rough idea of what we have to do today. And the first room is this one, where we're gonna display various items from the overworld. We already have the transition towards the nether with this fake bottle, you know, it's quieter, and a little bit of landscaping, and that is something that we will definitely continue. I don't want to have everything just a landscape. It's still supposed to look like an interior, but I'm thinking about having 2 more dioramas. Yeah, I think that makes for a good rough shape. And in case you're wondering why my mountain has a hole in it, well, that will be for a mine shaft, so we can bring in a little bit of movement into the whole build. Of course, first and foremost, I want to have a snow-capped cap. Yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Snow. Maybe like that. And then let's add also a coal patch somewhere. Uh-huh. I think that looks good. The minecart now comes up and down. It will not be quite as frequent when we're done with the lower part. As you can see, that just dead ends at the moment, but just as a backdrop, I think that's perfect. So let's then focus our attention to the little hut and maybe a bit of a foresty area. Yeah, I think a platform like that, just like we have it with our starter hut, would look wonderful. You know, we can also connect that stair to here, so it's less of an awkward connection. And then we just have to decide where we put our house, or the silhouette of a house, I should rather say. Actually, I want it to stick out a little bit more, so it's not quite as two-dimensional. Yeah, I think something like that would work. So maybe let's just put a few scribbling things around to give it a bit more interest, and maybe some leaves, thinking about it. And it just happens that this deck perfectly lines up with this window, which is kind of nice. And as you can see, I also could make this stairway a lot shallower, which for public space makes a lot more sense, I think. But speaking of two-dimensionality, the house is still pretty much, you know, that's the outer wall, but that's fine. And a bit of bone meal, maybe some flowers. And now, after all the diorama pieces are done, it is finally time to think about where we actually exhibit our items and stuff. You know, the actual community center, museum, exhibition, whatever part of the room. Alright, what do we think? So we have some shelves to put, you know, mini blocks or hats. We can also put a row up there. Of course, armor stands for armor and hats, as well as some chests. I think that works, so maybe let's put another one on this side, where there's currently a shulker monster growing. So I've put now 2 smaller ones in, as another 6 long would be just, you know, it would cover up the portal too much. And I've also put redstone lamps underneath. The beautiful thing about redstone lamps is that when you have a chest on top of them, you can't really see that it is a light source, but still it illuminates the floor wonderfully. And I've also put in a pathway. I don't want to overdo it, as at the end of the day this is not a terrarium, but I think this little path without too much detailing, no, just mud blocks and a little bit of cobblestone to the side, I think that adds a lot. And I also managed to hide in a crafting table here, which, you know, we don't have to clean up, unlike that stuff here. However, now comes the important bit, to actually fill those stands. And even though we're gonna finish the community center today, we will not complete it. In the sense, there will be empty spots for things we have not gathered yet. I think maybe the farm animals would fit in nicely with this main thingy, whatever you want to call it. The good thing is that heads can float. Otherwise this will be very painful. And I think the NPCs would go nicely back on that wall. We are, of course, still missing... You know, a regular villager? Yeah... We'll see about that. Where to put the wandering trader llama? Maybe let's put it there for now, where the regular villager would go. I don't know. Makes sense. And then we have lots of other junk, as you can see, which wants to go somewhere. Well, let's get also our trusty armor stance book. Yeah, as you can see, we have 3 different themes for all the displays. While the first one is, you know, focusing on survival, where we have the basic tools, armor, all the old, you know, my first wooden pickaxe, my old bow, other old tools I could find. I'm not pretty sure if they're actually my first ones. Probably not, because I've probably gone through a lot of those, but that's what I still could find. And these are definitely the first ones. That's why I've saved them. And I've also decided to get rid of the second armor stand and move the one into the middle, as, you know, with arms and tools, an armor stand like that is kind of bulky, so having 2 is just a little bit too cramped. But you know, looking at it, I think there's still one thing missing. It's a shame about all that XP, really. But there we have it. A Tony Spruce head. Awesome. I don't think he necessarily approves, but oh well. The second display is focused on exploration. So far these chests are still empty. I'm thinking of maybe having it temperature themed, from cold to warm, but I think we can fill that up and redecorate that in the course of the series. And the third one is focused on NPCs. We still need a regular villager head, which will go under the bell. And also the only thing we currently have are all 5 levels of the ominous bottle, as well as the leftover weakness potion from Frank. Maybe we should put a leash in here. You know, once we get a villager head, we should put that head and a leash, maybe 2 leashes in this one. And we should get different colors. Yeah, I think I only have white llama heads, right? But with that, the first room is complete. And then I think before we go to the underground, we should focus on the nether, and the nether will be a challenge. First of all, I'm going to remove that floor, because, you know, the nether is a very vertical dimension, but that will not make things necessarily easier for me. So let's just say I jumped a little bit ahead, because, you know, the nether is awkward to do. But that's what we have. When you come through the big portal, we have a balcony, and there is no direct way to get down here. At least not from here. We will add in the proper way later on, so don't worry about that. However, you see that bridge over there. Let me get my spyglass out. That nether fortress bridge. I mean, there isn't anything up there, so no reason to go there in the first place, but, you know, there's a platform up in the sky, so you want to get there. And there is only really one way. And there really is only one way. And that is to parkour, which is very much, you know, in honor of in memory of my nether run, to get back to the fortress and to ultimately lose my stuff. Because I did not make it back there in time, as you can see, because I'm bad at parkour. Trust me, I did it off camera, but it's not really difficult. It's just that, you know, if you talk and try to do parkour, that's maybe a little bit much at once. Yep, exactly. What is wrong with me? But you know, that is very much possible and doable. What was that? And as you could see, you can also climb up there from down here. It's a bit of a maze, but it is very much possible. And you know, we just have some gilded... Is it gilded? You know, the nether gold ores. Nether quartz glowstone in the wall. But once again, I didn't want to turn it all into a nether biome, just have some dioramas here and there. And if we go down there, we have one large display with one of our withering skeleton skulls and a genuine stone sword dropped from a wither skeleton. It's a real one. And we have our blaze skull. And that here I really noticed that we need to get a whole lot more of nether related stuff and skulls, right? I think these chests are also all empty. I mean, we could put a guard tier down there, but yeah, there's definitely still a lot of stuff to get from the nether. And also maybe some stuff to hang on the walls, because that looks a little bit bland to be honest. But then again, I'm not too sure what we could put here at the moment. So if you have any ideas, there's always stuff we can add. And the actual entranceway, the proper entranceway, is down here from the mines. And after a long debating, originally I wanted to have everything properly accessible. You know, having some stairs going down here and another entrance for the underground section from here, but honestly, what cooler way of accessing the underground section is there than that minecart? So I think that's just the way it is. Oh no, how did that happen again? But what I actually was about to do, before we can decorate the underground area, we have to go to a lush cave. Because I just realizing in this whole Let's Play series, I found a lush cave, but I never really explored one. Neither on camera nor off camera. Is that the right way? Oh yes, it is. And there's still a baby zombie somewhere. I feel like there's always a baby zombie when I come to this place. You're holding a feather, that's why you're not despawning. Alright. There are diamonds. How do I get down from here? Oh, I mean honestly that's not what I came for in the first place, but... You know. But actually I came here for clay. So let's not get too distracted right away. But that's one of the most broken lush caves I've ever seen. I kinda like it. Still kinda odd. Alright, get out of here, zombie. Oh, you gave me your shiny helmet. Aqua affinity. Yeah, that seems fitting for that place. Oh, you can only get those with shears. Oh dear. Have I now destroyed a rare small drip leaf? I think I have. Where did suddenly all those fish come from? Okay, are there any more small drip leaves anywhere? More fish. We'll definitely want to get that spore blossom, but I don't think you need shears for that, but we're just rather safe. Sorry, right? You're mine now. Oh no, don't. These fish, I'm telling you. They have no survival instincts. At all. Come on, don't be like that. Where are they gone? Or where's the orange one? There it is. Oh. They are slippery. They are slippery. Oh god, there's a lot of nonsense down there. For a lush cave it looks kinda... unpleasant down there, you know. You would think these places are more peaceful. There's nonsense everywhere. Oh. Where did that one come from? Oh yeah. I've seen you before. Can't surprise me. There are axolotl hunting, but I don't have any more buckets. I mean, I could make some. Good, but let's focus maybe on the important things first. Small drip leaves. Maybe we should use the water stream to our advantage. What could go possibly wrong? Except for that, I don't see anything up here, and probably neither do you. I'm sorry for that. No drip leaf. Oh man, was there really just one in here and I destroyed it? That's sad. Oh god. Ooh, don't look at the Enderman. Thank you very much. We don't need that trouble right now. Ooh. Yeah. Talking about trouble. Okay, that guy has an attention span like no other. Oh, and there's a geode. Yeah, let's not fall down there. There's a diamond. But honestly, at that point, I don't think it's really worth heading down there for just a singular diamond. Oh, that guy even has a sword. I don't know where I shot now, just somewhere. Can I hit him from up here? Oh, I can't. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Don't panic, Tony, don't panic. The thing is, I can see just as little as you can, and that is... Ah, that was now embarrassing, wasn't it? That was very embarrassing. I'm just in a random cave now, making a fool of myself. Well, there's a whole Enderman family. Lovely. There's a trapped creeper, I love that. Alright, I shouldn't be here. I really shouldn't be here. I'm just literally playing with fire right now. Just should get a few more axolotls and then be out of this place. Oh, and we still have not gotten the one diamond we came here for in the first place. Oh god. Well, that takes care of that, doesn't it? Okay, I guess at that point I'm out of here. Enough playing around. Oh dear! Oh god! These drop creepers! Told you I shouldn't be in here. Okay, where are the axolotls now gone? There you are. You're mine now. Whee! Predator in a bucket. Oh, and there are more diamonds. I mean, you know, at that point, what could happen? Another drop creeper? I mean, that could happen. Yep, there are some fish out of the water. Okay, a skeleton spawned. That's the wrong kind of predator. There's one. Oh dear, what was that? You're living dangerous life, dude. But so am I, so... Guess I shouldn't say anything, right? Oh, all the axolotls are now here. That's fine, I have to. I go now. I had enough of this. I had enough of this. So I guess a dripstone biome would probably go best in this corner. And we might even though that's the footprint of the building above, I think we can cut back the wall a little bit down here. Yeah, I think that works much better. And of course the ceiling looks very messy from, you know, the floor above with the ground texturing, so I think we just cover that up with some tough slabs. Enough for a lush area. That will be tricky. That will be tricky. And the spore blossom. Well, looks a bit awkward here. Maybe, yeah, that's better. Why are there so many creepers and why has that guy thorns? Gosh, the audacity. Alright, back to work. Enough distractions. And I just realized that having the netherrack on this side of the portal did of course not make any sense. So I removed it. And exchanged it for stone, but maybe a wall would fit in nicely here. Yeah, but that looks so much better. Small drip leaf. Alright. I'm not gonna kill that one. Not yet. But that's enough friendliness. I have now hit also some ores, redstone, as well as the elusive diamond ores behind there. And because it's so elusive, I'm also gonna cut one up. As well as some emerald ore. And these will be put here. Oh, another wandering trader. Let's see what this guy has. Maybe we won't kill this one. Actually, that guy has something useful. You can live. Sure, come with full diamond armor. Oh well, except for the boots. These zombies, they don't spare any expenses. Ouch, and thorns! Why does every mob in this world has thorns? Don't understand. Alright. What I actually wanted to do, that is to craft some more rail. Why is there still a zombie up there? Was to craft some more rails. How did... Oh, a potato. Maybe let's put that into the museum while we're at it. A true zombie drop potato. So basically what I've done here is now added a geode, as well as the other half of that minecart line. Obviously so far it's very blocky, doesn't have any texturing. We will do that in a minute. But for now it's just important that the ride works. And it's intentionally slow, because you know it's quite a short ride after all. I think that's a good speed. What do we think? First of all, I've extended this display so we have a bit more room, so we can also showcase our amethyst collection of all the different growth stages. And first and foremost, there's our miniature version of a geode, as well as a minecart track leading up and down. And I'm sorry that it's quite dark here, you know, thinking about YouTube compression, but it is supposed to be moody in this corner. And let's give you a quick tour. How it feels to go up and down. Way better than stairs, or a lift, or whatever. That is just... every floor change should be a minecart. And now this wall of water is not there to hide my chest monster, even though it also does a pretty good job with that, but rather the entrance of the underwater section, or the water section. And in case you're wondering why the water is not flowing everywhere, it is because these stairs are waterlocked. Unfortunately, it does not work if you have our upper half slab waterlocked. It would need to be a lower half slab. Then it would work, but obviously a stair is the smallest you can get away with. Okay, this is bad. This is very bad. Let's try to approach from the other side. Stupid skeleton. Yeah. Poor Pearl. Yeah, I thought that would happen eventually. Maybe we shouldn't have that open. Maybe that's what I'll learn from that. After a moment of panic, I think she's back. And comparing to before, I think even better. And let's hope this never happens ever again. We got one! Crisis averted. Let me show you the underwater room. I kept the upper floor rather simple with just a indoor swimming pool kind of vibe. We have 3 palm trees, which kind of reminds me that we actually still have to build actual palm trees outside, because that's really missing from this island so far. And also the new mangrove leaves came in handy for that. I actually did not have that planned, but it just worked out wonderfully that we found the wandering trader. And if you jump down here, you can't really dive, as it's just 1 layer deep and we have glass underneath it. And for this room I've decided to have a proper stairwell up and down after all. So we have easier access to the actual exhibition part, where we have our display with various heads, where we also gonna put our trident, and not like that. Here we go. And don't worry, we will repair it and actually use a trident, but for now, I think that's the best place to put it. And over there we have a small diorama with, of course not natural, but we found plenty of those 4-block high sugarcane. And in case you're wondering why there's a singular sad sea pickle in this pond, well, that's because I relearned that apparently you need coral to make more of them, and I don't have any, because we haven't been to a coral reef yet. Yeah, that has to wait. But otherwise, we have of course this beautiful ceiling. You will see this castle-like structure, which obviously that's not how a stronghold in Minecraft looks like, but that's what it's supposed to represent. Because if we go down here, and as this video is already kind of long, I now just skipped ahead and finished the final room. Which, I mean, you all know what it is at that point. And that is the end. We have our dragon head. And our ant island, where there's just one thing missing. Beautiful. And I'm actually surprised how dark that black concrete actually is. I implemented a gradient in this. It has some visible steps, but I think that adds to the interest and character of it. And it's still, as you can see, it's not really dark here. It's properly lit up. And in case you're wondering why we have that water stream over there, that is to finish your tour and come out in the garden, where we have a pond with a tinted glass on the bottom, a few custom-built cherry trees. The vanilla ones are just too big. Generally, I don't consider this garden finished, but I will wait until all the mods I'm using have updated to the latest version, so we can play around with some of the new items, you know? The firefly bushes, leaf litter and stuff like that. So there's still a lot of work to do in that park area, but I just wanted to have something, and I think what we have here fills out the space quite nicely. And I've also now added in a seating area with some umbrellas on the balcony. Very elegantly. And with that, the community center is not, how to call it, it's not completed, it's not entirely finished, but all the exhibition halls are now furnished, all the main areas are furnished, so we can for now tick it off and come back once we got more items, more stuff to display, more possibilities. It was a big project, both the exterior as well as the interior, but if you ask me, a very exciting one. And with that, we're also way past our 1000 days. As you can see, day 1070. And I think looking at our island as a whole, there is a lot we've done in those 1000 days. So I'm very happy about where this island currently stands. But what I'm even more excited about is all the future projects that I still have in mind for this place. Yes, we are far from done. And if you want to catch all those future projects and shenanigans I have in my mind, then please subscribe and join me again in the next video from Copper Island. Take care!